How do I do it all? The Brezza gives me the power.
Allows us to look back at what Delhi did with the ball and how differently they could have used their spinners and whether the game would have looked different if they went to their spinners in the first six.
Yeah, I was having the offset conversation about teams and their reluctance to use conventional wrist spinners in the power play phase. I think, to me, if you're trying to control a phase by taking wickets, that's an option for you. Take away the runs that you might be able to concede. And then if you know that you have an issue with your bowlers not penetrating opposition batters, then I think it's worth the gamble for you to use at least one over of wrist spin in that phase. So Kuldeep not finishing, to me, was a bit of a missed opportunity. When you have a bowler like Kuldeep, regardless of the day he's having, I'd like to still see him exhaust his full complement of 4 overs. So whether that is something that he could have looked at, bowling Kuldeep 1 earlier on and then bowling 3 in the middle, that could have changed proceedings and probably informed the way the other spinners go on that type of surface.
Yeah, because we talk up matchups in Aksar choosing not to bowl to a Narayan, and he may be on solid ground with that. But there is the other side of it where Kuldeep Yadav had bowled 3 balls to Sunil Narayan before this and got him out twice. You never see him bowl in the power play, but there can be certain times where you change the norm.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially today when they were going great guns, the KKR batsmen. I felt they should have brought on a spinner for sure. And Kuldeep definitely is a wicket taker, and he's been bowling brilliantly to left-handers of late. He's getting the dip now, which was not there in his bowling early on. And also, he's not afraid to bowl googlies to left-handers these days. Yeah. And he's been getting a lot of wickets of googlies. So I felt tactically, KKR, even though they're still not at their best, were much better tonight.
And even if, let's say for a second that you've decided that Kuldeep does not bowl in the power play at all, be it the team's call, be it the bowler also preferring not to, Vipraj Nigam at the start of this season was consistently bowling a 5th or a 6th over in the power play and doing well. There is, I think in the game against RCB, he got Virat Kohli out in the 5th over. You're not going to him either, even if Aksar doesn't want to bowl himself.
Yeah, I mean, strange tactics. We've talked about it in the last game also. He was underused. He only bowled 1 over. Could have been a different story altogether. When you lose those kind of games, you think on hindsight that had he, done these things, the result would have been definitely different. Today was another day where, he would have thought, had he used spin in the power play, could have been different story, because obviously that's the margin of difference, in that loss.